What's up everyone, Nethervvoid back with more Factorio for you today, episode 19, and you can see I've done lots of work. Things look a lot different. All the coal's gone, which is kind of the we don't care thing. What's all this belt? Where are all these belts, Nether? What the hell? These are my the fruit of my labor, of basically being tired of doing things on camera when I didn't, wasn't the final build and hadn't thought of it all the way through. The reason I had to do this is because this forge is going to be really massive, okay? This is just one piece of it, right? This is one line, that's another line. There are 4 more lines. So I had to map all that out so I could actually work the belts into the system I want. So you can see this is where the belt, all this stuff comes out, iron and copper at the same time, or I'm sorry, out of here. It doesn't matter. And then it goes into these channels and gets split up into iron and copper, basically taken apart so that iron and copper are separate. It then comes in all the iron down this way into a 6 belt to 4 belt compressor, which is really 2 3 to 2 belt compressors side by side, and then it runs through a 4 belt balancer. Same thing happens with copper, and then it goes into the buffer system, which we already talked about in previous episodes, and the buffer system is all linked up to circuits like we did previously. The difference here though is I'm using 16 boxes. There are 4 lines per 4 boxes. Also, iron is red, right? You can see it running up this way, and copper is green, so I don't have that problem where I can't run the same lines on one pole. So this way I only have to have one pole, and I can run it all the way up into my ore system up there, which has not changed. That's pretty much the same. But that took a lot of off-time camera work, I had to figure out how to do these belt balancers, check to see if they worked, all that stuff, because I've never really done this stuff before. So that all works. I'm going to turn it on. Also, as you can see, we have 2.6K copper plates in each one of these boxes, and they're all pretty much exactly the same amount. Remember, because we have that system where it balances, it's a load balancing system for chests, so that each one of these chests has the same amount of copper plates in it. That way, when we request out more plates into our system here, we get an equal burst out of all the chests. None of them will ever be empty while the others are full and things like that. Because then, my main bus is going to get all lopsided and funky. So the one thing I still have to hook up, which I've not done, is I have to hook up the output to say, only output if you have 10,000 plates or something like that. I think before I put it to 2,000 or something, I think 10,000 is a good number so that it'll hold back and keep a buffer in there. That'll give us 20,000 plates to mess around with, which should be enough. And if not, I can always bump it up because I have a lot of capacity. I basically have 50,000 or 60,000 plate capacity in here with 16 chests. So what we're going to do is I'm going to have to set these up with red, right? This is the same system. I just take the red here off the chest and run it to all these guys. Now you have to be really careful with these circuit systems. I had to reset these like 1 billion times because, like, as you can see, if I'm standing here, I can't click this. It's too far away. So when you click something and you think you clicked it, it's really hard to tell if it actually has a wire or not. So I'm really, really careful when I start hooking something up. So again, this is red, which means the red signal coming off this chest right here, you can see it's hooked up to all the chests. This, I'll hook it to this guy. This smart inserter will be able to work with the sum total of all of the plates in these chests. So I'm just going to go like this, and then I'm going to hook it to this guy because he'll have the same signal. See? Like that. Now all those guys, these smart inserters right here, know what's in this collective 16-piece chests. So I'm going to do it here as well. This is really simple. Just have to be careful that you don't click on a chest where it's red and you can't actually apply the wire. I go really slow right here, as you can see, just to make sure that the wires are hooking up correctly, because I don't want to have to rebuild this whole system and rerun all the wires. So I'm watching that little 1 pixel string or whatever it is to try to make sure that I'm getting all the wiring exactly how I want it. Let's build some wire while we're waiting around here. Make sure I have enough red, and probably need a little bit of green because we're going to do the copper as well. This is the last system to hook up. The developers have talked about making this a little bit easier on these circuits to figure out how they're connected, because it's really difficult, like I said, to figure out how it's connected. There's no way to tell if you connected it in correctly or not. So for this, we're going to say if you have greater than 10,000 iron plates, you can rock. Okay, you can go. So that'll fill our bus up. Greater than 10,000 iron plates. So we're going to right click, shift right click, and then we're going to shift left click and copy all the way down. I can just keep doing it as long as I'm holding shift. See how it keeps that guy in the green? It'll keep that guy. It remembers who you clicked last, so all these guys will have the same setting. So let's go look at what he has now. Greater than 10,000, okay? Now this only has 400 apiece. So this has relatively, it has about 5,000 plates in it right now, maybe 6,000. On the other hand, this system has tons. So it should start spitting out copper right when I'm finished with this. Now this is on the green, so let's go up here and use green wire this time. Again, being very careful to watch that little 1 pixel line to make sure it's connecting. It's a little easier to tell here because it's a vertical line, see? Okay, get off that. We don't want to connect it right there. We want it to connect to this chest. I'm using this as the main chest to hook all these up. Technically, I could hook all of them up like this, just all the way on the inserters, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to hook it each one to the base here, just to make it a little bit easier for me to remember how it's configured and make sure they're all configured correctly. Now, I probably won't remember how these are configured later. This is something that is so complex. I'm really not trying to pay attention super close to how it all works exactly. I'm not writing it down or anything. I think just by doing it a bunch of times, I've figured it out. So let's get this guy hooked up. As soon as we hook him up, he's going to start pumping out copper plates because this system definitely has more than 10,000. So there we go. Yeah, he's pumping them out. Right, we're going to shift and click and do all that stuff and copy all this down. All these guys should be pumping out plates now. So I have seen the system work. I have checked that, make sure it all works properly, that this system will only take in a plate. They all take in a plate at the same time. They will not advance ahead of each other when they're inputting into the buffer. Output, it doesn't matter. They don't care. Just fill up the main bus, right? That's all we care about. So you can see the buffer is good enough with copper, but not for iron. So let's go turn this thing back on. I have it disconnected right now because I didn't want plates running all through this. I also have boxes set up to tell me ahead of time which of these lines will be what. I took it out right here, obviously, because I already have inserters set up, so it's fine. I don't have any of these other lines set up. They're not spitting anything out as far as output, so there's no reason to really hook all those other ones up. I'll probably do it offline. So here we go. We're going to hook this up. As you can see, it's feeding in iron ore, but not copper ore. That's what it should be, right? Because there are more than 30,000 copper plates, but not the same for iron. So let's hook this guy up. We'll get a little bit of more copper coming through. This guy's not running because there are more than 5,000 plates, right? So he's stopped. I also reset this and put splitters in case we get some people not working. It should split to the other side. Is it? It doesn't look like it is. If it is, it doesn't matter because it ends up on the same side anyway, I think. It should end up on the other side. It doesn't really matter too much. So mostly you're going to see iron coming through here because, see, this copper is going to work itself out and it's going to eventually be all iron coming through on this main two belts right here. And that's what our system does. No copper's coming in. We need a burst of iron. Iron is being fed to all, well, it will be eventually being fed to the entire Smart Forge, and the only thing coming down is iron plates right now. As you can see, they're being fed through, and they're being picked up by the system over here, one at a time. All 16 of those pop off at once, picking up 16 plates apiece. So that's pretty much how it works. Pretty awesome. I'm just going to let that sucker run and start building up enough plates till we start getting something coming out of our bus here. And then once this is all worked out, we'll be able to, well, actually, we don't need this space, so we're fine. As you can see, I moved a lot of stuff down here. I used to have a bunch of plates. I fed them back into the system. We're looking really good. We have plenty of steel, but we'll be plumbing in the steel next. I've also buffed up the defenses a little bit here. And if you look at the map, my defenses now run all the way around my base, except for right here. I'll be tying that out probably pretty soon. And then I'll be switching all that out with laser turrets when we need it. Also, I did it this way as well. I didn't go straight down out of the forge because I want to use this space, and I don't want to have to expand our defenses right now. Also, what I learned is unless there's red here, my turrets are doing fine. That means they're killing everything before they get damaged at all, so I'm not really worried about it. Turrets are not being damaged, and neither are walls, so it's fine. Letting that run, the forge will be doing its job. It's going to be pumping out. It's pumping out tons of iron plate. I might set up another line just to get this thing moving, but I'm not going to do it right now. We're gonna work on the steel manufacturing. Well, we might as well not because we don't have steel plates coming through. So why does it matter? Although we could peel it off right now. What I want to do is just peel off like this line, this belt right here, and peel off 25% of that belt and just start feeding it through the steel. Because I want to pre-feed my steel before anything else gets any plates or gets anything to work with. Basically, the reason that is the highest priority stuff should be at the beginning of your main bus. Those are going to be the priority items that get fed plates, right? Everything else is going to be downstream, and plates might begin to run out as your priority things take plates in. So I haven't thought this out a ton. Wow, I have a lot of wood. Let's go throw that in this little box over here. But this should be enough space to run a quite large steel forge. I'm probably going to run it down to about here. It's not going to be big enough. I'm probably going to expand it in the future, but for now we'll just do one line, leaving enough room to expand downward. We might have to cut over 2 of these, actually cut them down, but we can do that and then just pull off like half the plates or something like that. So yeah, we can throw this stuff in there. I don't really care. Let's throw that in there. We'll blow that away later. How are we doing on this other stuff? Well, we don't need this. That's fine. We also don't need that ore, but not sure we can really do anything with it. We could set up a little box over here and just dump it. That's what I like to do. It's not a lot, though. Let's just run up here and pop it one of those things. So that's pretty much it, and it's taken a long time to get here, but I've learned a lot along the way, and it's also a really cool system. I like that, too. It's not just about it's functioning. It's a really great system, and this is being fed constantly, so it's full. That's something I should have done a long time ago. Why don't we just pop it in one of these guys? Let's just do this. Oh, that guy's got lots of space. Okay, there we go. All right. So we have not hit the 10,000 mark yet because this guy would have stopped. So that is good. Plus, it's just going to keep turning on because they're going to dump plates out until that main bus is full. So that's not really that big of a deal. Now, it looks like, wow, Nether, you don't need all these fast belts. Look how much space you have. Yeah, but not that much of my forge is built, right? This thing has to take in that entire huge forge that you've seen me working with. And, yeah, that's going to be rough. So the way I'm going to do this, let's see. I'm going to split this out. I'm going to do as close as possible. So I'm just going to do it right here. And let's do it here, right? And then we'll go underneath and take down another one. Really the way I should do it, though, is I'm going to be running this through another 4-belt balancer, probably when we get over here. I'll just balance the whole thing again to get ready for the main bus. But we're going to pull something down this direction, and then we're going to belt balance back again, like that. And then we're going to pull another one off of that. I really want to pull that. Really should pull off the third one, to be honest. That one that hasn't been hit. Because this guy's going to require a lot of steel, and or a lot of iron. Okay, there we go. We hit 10,000. That's good. Let me think. How are we doing this? Go under and then split this belt down. Let's go under twice. So we'll go under twice. I think to right here. There we go. Now I should be able to split. We're probably going to need another. Yeah, we're going to need one more little space here. I'm messing with my hotkeys, although I don't know if it's working. We'll have to see. I haven't been using this that much. Let's try to use it. There we go. So we're going to split off this guy as well. We're going to take it down this way and merge up with this guy. So we'll just do this. There we go. Now we have 2 belts coming in. And then we're going to have to merge this one back as well to make sure we get a good amount of belts. Basically what this does is it splits some of these guys down into here. It shouldn't be happening that way. Oh, I see. I'm doing this wrong. It's not a splitter here. It just goes up. Watch this. It just goes like this. Yeah, this isn't going to work. How am I going to turn that? Actually, it's working over there. Why isn't it working here? Maybe because I didn't wait long enough or something. Alright, let's just do this. There. Oh, because only half of them are going on the high side. Yeah, I didn't do this right. I think I need to move all these. Do I have space? I need one more space in there. Because, see, I need to not use a splitter is what I need to do. All this needs to go into there. And there's no room to do that. Because if I turn it up like that, I can't turn it around and it's just going to go right into this. Man, how can I do that? Oh, well, I'll do that off camera. I'll fix that off camera. So our iron belt is good. We're going to run this sucker into our steel. But we really only need, let's see, let's lay out some of these dudes. We're again going to bring in 2 belts. We'll just bring them down in together like this. Well, first we don't want to turn it yet because we don't know where this is going to go. So we're going to need 3, right? So we're going to need, let's see, it's going to go out. So do we need it to merge in? It probably wouldn't be a bad idea. So we're going to go like this to that, and then it merges in with that belt. That's too close. Let's back it up a little bit. Let's say it's right here. And then we got a splitter, right? We're going to do it the same way we did the other one, except we're just going to do 1 belt right here because it's the very, very outside, which means we're going to have an inserter here, which not those kind of regular inserters, which do we have any? Probably not. Let's get a bunch. We need tons. There we go. So that's how that's going to work, which means we need 1 dude right here, and then a space, right? Let's see how many we can fit here. Can almost get 2 lines, but I don't think we can. 1, 2, 3, 4, okay. 8, 9, 10, 11, oops, 12. 12 was good because I wanted to start my bus about right there. See how you're going to have to curve, where I'm going to have to curve these buses up to about right here for my main bus. So that's fine if this takes up the space because it's going to be curving anyway. We can't really use that spot anyway. So let me actually plumb that part of the bus in and see where we have to end up. So the bus is going to be about right here. It's going to run, let's see. The center is about here. So we'll put the copper right here. The thing is you need some space between these because when you want to go underneath, you have to use an underground and they only go 5. So you can't like put the iron right here, okay? You need at least 2 spaces so that the underneath can go right there, right? The underground belt. But we're going to put like 4 spaces. We're going to do something like that. So we can run stuff in the middle, do some crazy things if we have to go underneath something else, things like that. So it's going to look something like this. There we go. And then what we're going to do, besides the steel belt coming off here, everything coming off the main belt is just going to be on regular belt speed. Only the main bus is going to be fast belt. So pretty soon we won't have to use so much fast belt and we'll be fine. So let's see, this guy is going to be here. Let's run the outside line. Let's run it to there, I guess. Let's run it like that. We got to hook it up with this guy, right? There we go. All right. Oh, let's just leave it there. We're going to need it anyway. Okay. So I think I'll put the 4 belt balancer here. Or I could probably fit it in right here, actually. I don't really think we need a belt balancer here because really we shouldn't need a belt balancer because we haven't really done anything with this line yet. Why would we need a balancer? There we go. Okay, copper main bus set up. Steel main bus, iron main bus, we're going to leave about same amount of space, right? So what is this? 1, 2, 3, 4. So we want 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be outside, the very, very, very outside, right? So it's going to look something like that. All right. It's kind of neat to be putting in our main bus, man. Finally, huh? Like the big main bus, the 4-line main bus. This is legit. This is some serious stuff now. No more tiddlywinks. And we're out of belt, which I, figured, right? So yeah, we got to fix that. I'm going to be fixing the outbound on that pretty soon. The problem is going to be with this piece right here. There's no space, so I'm going to have to move all these belts down 1, which is fine. Okay, we got some damage coming on now. Let's go check it out. I think it's spitters probably, but not a huge deal, but whatever. Wow, we're already 20 minutes into it. This game just takes forever to set up, I swear. So that's fine. How are we doing on power? It's getting real jumpy too. The FPS is not staying flat. Oh, we got tons of power. I'm not even concerned. Alright, sorry about that. Might have heard the beep, something happened in the background. Alright, so we're going to have to move all that stuff down probably. That really stinks. I thought I had it with that, but apparently I didn't. It's because it only shifts every other plate up to the top. I want all the plates to go up there. Okay, so let's not worry about that. Let's get the steel production set up. Let's go get more fast belt. Maybe we should be able to do that, right? I have to make some while I'm running up there too. Let's see. I think I'm going to have like 200 of them up there though, so it shouldn't be a big deal. I probably need to expand that also to like maybe 3, because I have 200, maybe I should do 400. I'm really running through this belt pretty fast. So there we go. Let's make this 300, and I'm gonna have to get a lot of this now because now that we're coming off the main belt, we're gonna need some regular belt too. So I buffed that system up a lot. It builds a little bit faster, not a lot faster, but a little bit. But later when we put that back in off the proper main bus, it's gonna be flying. There's gonna be no problems. So again, plates are coming out like gangbusters, just getting loaded up into the buffer. It'll stop at 30,000. We'll get a lot more than 30,000 just because it has to run all the way through the system. But it won't matter. That's fine with us. That's fine with me anyway. There we go. Hurry up and autosave here, dude. Alright. And that's in. Okay, now we can work on this guy right here. So it's going to be like that. This will get our steel going. I think I am only going to make just kind of like one side. I don't need a lot of steel right now. I'll be expanding this steel as we go, which means I actually still only need one of these. So let's do this. I'm also going to have to run it with some coal, aren't I? So the way I'm going to do the coal, we're going to have to run it down one more. There we go. I'm going to run it in right there. So let's see. Kind of wanted to run it right to there. I could just do this. That won't work. That is not going to work. I can't do it on a turn. I wanted to run the copper or the coal right into this spot right here. Ooh, I could do it like this. Okay, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Like that, and I can just we'll do one more down. Like that, and we'll just run this to there. There. Now it only feeds that one side. And then once we switch these with electric, obviously we won't have this problem. So we're going to have to run, this belt is going to be regular. We don't need fast belt for coal. It just doesn't make any sense. I'm just going to split it right off this line right here. So we'll get a normal splitter, I guess. We don't need a fast splitter. I don't know where he's going to end up. Let's get rid of some of this stuff we don't need anymore. And where'd he go? Oh, he's not in yet. Okay, so there's our normal splitter. I'm going to split it off. We're going to use regular belts. Oops. And we're going to go this way with it. And we're going to go underneath, which we don't have any regular ones. Does that make 2 or 1? Ah, it makes 2. Sweet. There we go. Just need to get this line in. We'll be bumping it up later. So maybe they should... What? Why is it going backward? Why is it doing that? Well, let's do it again. It should know that it's coming in this direction. I don't know why it's flipping out like that. Alright. Let's get this plumbed in and we'll be done. We can move on. We'll have steel production. And we'll put steel production kind of on our main line. It doesn't need to be on the actual bus, the main bus, but it will be on the main bus for a little while at least. I know some people don't like putting it on the main bus, and then a lot of people do, so it just really depends on how you like to do it. For me, I don't know yet. I'll have to wait and see. I haven't really checked how I like it. I haven't really thought about it. And again, the reason to put these little stubs in like this is to make sure that your furnace can keep working even though it's all jammed up in here. It'll keep producing. So that guy should have stuff coming in. Why don't we get some inserters going like this? I need to run that whole line down there, and I'll do that in a minute. And then we're almost done here. We're gonna need more inserters, so let's just start making those. Can't wait to get this stuff automated so when I do a new build I don't have to screw around too much. So fast belt, I think we're almost out of the fast belt too, but we're almost done with this build, so I guess I don't care that much. We need more splitters. That's something we will be definitely automating. We're going to be getting tons of those splitters going. Guess we don't need to concern ourselves too much with those right now. We'll be getting some power down here, then we'll worry about it. Let those splitters be work their magic while we're waiting around here. Alright, so that's set up. Let's get maybe a big power pole to draw the power down here. Really don't need that. Can we do it with this? Yeah, we can. So we can just do this. And we'll hook up all these guys. Damn. I guess we'll just do it like that. Man, don't we get a lot of efficiency out of that style, huh? Lights, which is kind of a nice thing to always have, and then we're almost done. I don't know, something like, let's do it with symmetry here. There we go. So we're producing some steel now. Now we're just kind of waiting for those splitters to come in. Now our coal came in just perfect, so that's good. And that's just one line. We're going to have a bunch of these. Our steel forge is going to be pretty big. We're also going to make it a smart forge, so it's going to have a buffer system down here, and it's going to have one pretty much right here. This will come off into a buffer system, and then the buffer system will put back out into its bus, the steel bus, basically. Obviously, we don't have that yet, so that's going to have to be at some other time. So let's run this all the way down. And then what we're going to do is turn it right into... Well, the thing is, do I want it right there? Let's see. Kind of want to make this a little bit longer because, well, we can start producing right there. How many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12? That's probably fine. I think 12 is fine. Let's go into the buffer from here because we're going to be expanding this, remember, so we'll be fine. So this piece is going to come out right here. Like that. So we need inserter, buffer, inserter, and a line. One thing we need to do on this side, though, is right here we need to put another splitter in. And we need to put it on... Oh, they're coming out the bottom, so we need to split this to the top. Like that. So we fill this up. Man, I really wish I could do it all along here, but why? You know, I can't. Man, that sucks. That really sucks. Oh well, it is what it is at this point. Okay, so we've got that working. Let's get some smart inserters in here. Let's see how much buffer we want, right? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We need 3 spaces. Let's work with this side. 1, 2, 3. Because remember, if we don't have 3, we can't load both sides of the belt. So there we go. We're basically going to have 6 chests worth of buffer. That's pretty big. Oh, we need one more smart chest here. So let's set this up. I think we do it there. We'll do one over here. All right. There we go. So this is going to be one of those smart loaders like we did last time. And we're going to need more of these on this side, right? When we get over a certain amount in our buffer, it'll start kicking them out. So this is a simple system you've seen me use like a million times. We got one more smart chest coming. We also need one of these arithmetic combinators because we're going to do the same system as we have over here. You've seen it a million times. I'll probably just set it up off camera. Well, we have 30 seconds left. I might be able to do it. Let's get some more of these splitters in since we're taking our time making those. There we go. I wish it was going to the top. That'd be super nice. I wonder if there's a way so I can make... every other one go to the top? There isn't. I don't think there is. Unless I do it like... I don't think I can do it. No, it'll just hit the side. That stinks. Why even do these then? Might as well just run them right into that. Seems like there's no point to do that. Oh well. We're already doing it. Let's continue to do it. There we go. Alright, so we've got our extra smart chest. Let's get that sucker hooked up. We've got our combinator. This is input, output. That's kind of what we want. So let's hook all these up. I like using red as our main color, actually. Oops, don't care about that. I like red as a main color because green is hard to see. Red is a lot easier to see. So we're going to start with red. So we're going to hook all these chests up. Right? Just like before, this is a really simple thing into the input. And then we're going to say, you're going to care about, well, and we need to do this. So actually, we don't need this one. Let's get rid of that. Oh, yeah, we do. There. So we're going to say, look, you care about steel plates. You're going to divide by 6 chests, negative, as usual. Not 16, negative 6. Not negative 16. And your output is going to be how many iron bars are there, or how many steel bars, sorry. And then your output is going to come out to these, right? And they are also going to be hooked up each to their own chest here, like that. This is a pretty simple setup. Once you've set this system up a couple times, it's real easy to set up again. It's really not a big deal. This really is it. I'm almost done. And then I just have to say, when steel plates are less than 1, put one in. Operate, right? So it's all in. Now I just have to say, hey, when you're less than 1 steel bar in your thing, away from the average, put one in. There, see, he did it. So I'm going to copy this all the way down, and now everybody's moving in unison. Perfect. So that's all set up. Now I need to set up, and we have we're a couple minutes over. I don't really care. Let's set this up using green this time. Oh, actually, it would be red still. Oh, they stopped because I stopped producing. Those are really slow. I need more. All right, so let's look at what we're doing here. We got red, and we should make some more red while we're sitting around. I need more copper plate pretty soon. The red has to go off of this onto these guys. Like that. Remember, make sure you can connect, because if you screw one of them up, you're dead in the water. So we're going to say when you have more than, I don't know, 2,000? 2,000 is a good buffer. We're not going to have that for a long time, but that's okay. Then export to this bus. There. Now everybody's got that. Could just do 1,000, but that's not that much buffer. I think we're going to do, we're doing 2,000. Okay, so that's all good. We're going to put a light in here just so we don't freak everybody out. We're also going to, we're probably going to have to move that light, because this is what I have to do over there. Remember I said I needed to fix? Watch, this is what I have to do. Like this. So that these guys load up on the bottom, and these guys load on the top, and you get a full belt, and it's all even. Yeah, I did that wrong. So I'll be resetting that up off camera, but now we've got steel production working. We do need more splitters, and now I'm out of everything pretty much. Also, the way for now, until I get logistics, I'm going to have to come up here and pick up a stack each. Because it's only going to load into 1 if I don't pick up the same amount from each one. So I have to pick up 16. Like 1 from this guy, 1 from this guy, right? I have to keep them all even, and the only way to do that is to do this. I could pick up off the main bus. That's probably a better way to do that, but you don't get as many as quickly, so I'll just do it this way. But when I have logistics, I'll let the bots get it to me. Now the funny thing is, the bots are going to pick out whatever chest they want. So they're going to make an imbalanced input, and we might have an issue with that. I might have to change it. Let's also get steel. We're kind of out of steel as well. Why is this guy... Oh, because he's putting out. Okay, so that guy's... Because he's taking out, he's now not even with everybody else. Did they stop putting in? Oh, that's because you got one guy working at a time. Where is that going? Oh, in the steel. Okay. But what sucks is it's piling up now because we're waiting on 2 guys that are working. Oh, there we go. It's because this line has nothing. Interesting. Okay, so let me pull out of down here, I guess. So they'll start going crazy. That's what we'll do. I'll just make an imbalance on these other lines. There we go. And then this line right here. There we go. Not that it matters. You guys will be, you know, getting ripped out in a second here. Oh, I'm going to have to move the chest and reset all that up. Oh, man. I might just leave it this way. I might leave it with the problem. I'm sure eventually I'll be redoing that, so I don't really care. Alright, now we can get more of these splitters, and we can put the last couple of splitters in here. And we'll have our full... Oh, I can't put one there. Let's put it here. Oh, we can't. Put it there. There. There we go. Alright, so that's all in. We've got 12 now. We're going to put another set over here once I expand. But this will be good for now. I'm not that concerned. They're kind of slow, but we will be upgrading them eventually. And now I'm getting slowly getting a surplus of steel. Let me go work this other steel in there too. We're way over the time, but I'd rather do this than do too many things off camera. Let's just pick this whole thing up. See, 2,000 right there. So what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put a box here. Let's see. I'll put a box right here. I want to use a steel box. No, I guess I had one of these. And I'll use a fast, there we go. There we go, and we'll fill this, there we go. There. So that'll get all those into the buffer system, and we should see a belt come out, or a bus come out of here. So what I'm going to do, I'll bring this out a little bit, and then I'll turn it up this way. Maybe we'll do it like that. I don't know, something like that. We'll see. Anyway, that's going to do it for episode 19. Getting our main bus all set up and getting the steel forge put in, the first parts of the steel forge there. And let me know what you think in the video description, or I'm sorry, in the comment section. And as always, everyone, stay frosty.